Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Random Tall Guy. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me, and of course, let's get started. On today's video, I'm going to be working on the 2003 Honda Element, and today we're going to be replacing the sway bar bushings and also one of the sway bar end links on this Honda Element. If you guys recall, on my previous video, I went ahead and I replaced the passenger lower control arm. And if you recall in that video, at the end, I needed to replace the sway bar end link just because I cut it off. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and replace that sway bar end link with this brand new one. The one for the driver's side is still pretty good. It's still intact, so I'm just gonna reuse that one. And since I have this whole sway bar off the vehicle, I'm gonna go ahead and replace the bushings. And I also went ahead and I cleaned up the two metal brackets and also the hardware, which is the 4 bolts. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add these bushings on, and then we're gonna go ahead and put it onto the vehicle. All right, and this is the old one right here. It should just pop off. Just want to make sure that you put the new one exactly how you took out the old one, just in case if there's any difference. I doubt there's any difference because they look symmetrical on both ends. Just pop it off. You can tell how this one's like brittle and is about to fall apart the more you squeeze it. This is the new one. It's more flexible and way more soft. I'm just gonna put that right there. Now, one thing I noticed a lot of mechanics do, they put grease in between the bushings. I'm not sure why. I guess it's so this can flex more freely. But I've been hearing a lot of people saying that if you put grease on the bushing, it's gonna cause squeaking and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it in bone dry. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move this bar now underneath the vehicle, and I'm gonna see how I can raise it up with one hand and then go ahead and bolt it down. So stay tuned. All right, also I have the vehicle on some ramps, and I went ahead and I blocked off the wheel. I put on the emergency brake and I put the car in gear so it doesn't roll and it should be safe to go under. All right guys, so we're underneath the vehicle. Let me show you where the sway bar mounts to. So it mounts over here. You can see that there's 2 holes right there and then right there. And this is the sway bar right here. So I was thinking, since I only have a limited amount of space right here, I'm gonna use some jack stands as my second hand so it can hold up the sway bar as I go ahead and bolt it to the frame. All right guys, so I got the sway bar lined up with the subframe. This is how it should look. And if you notice, the bushing has one side that is round and one side that is flat. The flat side will be touching the subframe. And then I went ahead and I just connected the sway bar end link with the lower control arm just to give me some more stabilization, I guess, so I can go ahead and bolt this down from this side. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and screw it in by hand first. All right, so I got that side all set. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do this side as well. Alright guys, so I got the sway bar connected to the frame. Honestly, it was not that bad. If you use like a jack stand right in the middle to hold it up as you go ahead and strap it on, that works perfectly fine. Honestly, it was kind of annoying squishing the bushing just enough so you can get the small short bolt into the frame. But I got it done. Just in case you guys are wondering, these are 14 millimeters, and what I recommend is go ahead and put one, screw it on a few threads, go to the other one, screw it on a few threads, and then just go back and forth until it's nice and flush with the frame. Now I'm gonna go ahead and connect the sway bar end link, and honestly this is only goes one way, so you can't really mess it up. You only have room to put it this way. It's impossible for you to put it the other way. So you really don't need instructions on this one. Just try to line up the two. There we go, just like that. And then go ahead and put the nut back in, and then we're gonna torque it down. All right guys, once you have the sway bar connected to the subframe and you have the sway bar end link connected to the lower control arm, we're gonna go ahead and torque down all the fasteners. So for the 4 fasteners that connects the sway bar to the subframe, You want to go ahead and torque it down to 16 foot-pounds, 1/6 on each side. You just want to go back and forth until you meet specs. Next, you want to go ahead and torque down the sway bar end length. The bottom one for the lower control arm is going to be torqued down to 29 foot-pounds. And then the one for the top sway bar, so from the sway bar to the sway bar end length, this side right here, you're going to go ahead and torque down to 16 foot-pounds. Honestly, that's kind of weird how this one is 29, this one's 16. Now, the reason why I removed the tire is just so I can speed up the process by using my end pack. But you can definitely do this with the vehicle on ramps.
Alright guys, once you torque down the fasteners, go ahead and put the wheel back on, put the lug nuts, and go ahead and take the vehicle out for a spin, go around some blocks. You definitely want to do some sharp turns, and you want to hear for any suspension rattling or clunking noise. If you don't hear anything, then you should be all set. Now honestly, this repair took a couple of minutes. I believe it took about 15 minutes to remove it and another 15 minutes to install it. If you are a big guy, I recommend go ahead and jack up the whole vehicle. Place the vehicle on 4 jack stands so you have enough clearance to slide under and replace the sway bar bushing or replace the sway bar. Alright guys, so I'm going to end the video here. If you found the video helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Alright guys, take care. Bye bye.